So here's something interesting, right? Last week, one of our most read stories was about Raiz, this micro investing platform. So obviously there is interest in micro investing, but walk me through this. How does it work?
So I think there are a few reasons behind the hype. First of all, the product is actually the result of a JV between Raiz Invest and PNB, which is a big name. So obviously there are a lot of interest, and also the roundup feature, which you cannot find on any other platforms here. How it works is that you can link your debit card account to the investment account, the Raiz investment account. And then with each of your transactions, you can automatically invest in a small amount. So say for example, if you buy a coffee worth 6 ringgit 50 cents, the remaining 50 cents will be automatically invested.
Okay.
And I guess that's interesting. And also the third thing is that it invests in a portfolio of unit trust funds by ASNB, which I think is also very interesting because the other robo-advisors in Malaysia actually invest in exchange-traded funds or ETFs. Yeah.
So right now you can only link the app to your Maybank account, right?
Yes, right now. But that being said, the platform is also talking to a few other banks and also e-wallets, which I personally think is more interesting because I do use a lot of e-wallets. So if there's an integration there, I feel like it'll be a bit more interesting.
All right. So you spoke to CEO ID, right?
Yes.
And so what are his plans to, get the app to the masses, because he spoke about some very lofty goals?
Yes. So one thing that I think is interesting is that ID himself is very young. And he knows his target market essentially, and he really just wants people to start investing and start saving money, which I think is the essence of the platform with the recurring investing features and things like that. So I actually spoke to Jeff, who is the founder of Acorns Invest, which is similar to Raiz, right?
Right.
And he said that it's easier to get people to invest $1 a day for 30 days rather than $30 at the end of the month.
Okay.
Which makes sense, right? So I think that this is what ID is trying to do as well, and it is interesting in its own right with this goal in mind.
So, but here's the question. Do Malaysians have the willpower to log into an app just to put away small change every day?
What is interesting about Raiz Invest is that you don't have to think about it. You just have to link the investment account with your debit card, and it will do its thing automatically. So you don't have to log in the account at all. For example, if you already link your account today, probably after the processing time, which could take a few days, they would have already invested the money.
But saying that people are still fearful of, online security, so how is ID reassuring users?
I think that this is a very, very big concern for myself as well, because you are actually linking your debit card, and your debit card is where you put all of your money.
Yeah, that's right.
And something like that. So it can be scary, but it is reassuring to know that as a fully regulated platform, Raiz Invest cannot compromise on security.
Right.
So they have bank level security, and they also have external audits to check their security.
Oh, that's interesting.
And also with other things like multi-factor authentication and all that, it should be addressing that concern.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Age Weekly at all good newsstands.